Hello, people. How are we doing? I hope we are well. What a mental day we've had today. It's been an absolute mental day. Apologies if it's dying again. I'm going to keep an eye on it because I think I've done the ultra low latency again and not clicked that button. So if it bottoms out, I apologize. They keep telling me to up the bit rate and I think I need to sort it. Ian and Barry, how are you? Ian and DJ. Yeah, how are mental health? 1 to 10, get it in there. Ian and Jake. Ian and Duran, how you doing? Ian and John, how are you all doing? What a day. Now, I have got some bits and pieces. I have managed to get the statement on something and the fixture list up as well. So we'll be able to see them on screen. So yeah, we're in a situation now where we've got potentially no gaffer. No teams are in, but there's a lot of rumours going around that they might not get paid on Monday. Let's hope they do. And everyone else get paid as well. Play Watford on my birthday in March. What a present, what a lucky man I am. Yeah, the first fixture I looked was my kid's birthday week, just to make sure what was going on. And I've got a game in between both their birthdays, because one born on the 12th and one born on the 14th. So I have to plan that really, really well. If I don't plan it well, it's interesting. Do you believe Chansiri? I'm in that cat 22, mate, where I believe it and I don't believe it all at the same time. I got to a point where I've heard so many things that he said that hasn't been true. It's hard to believe him. Let's put it that way. We don't need a gaffer or staff. We hardly got any players. We still got players, John. We still got players, the ones who are contracted, but it's just not enough. That's the thing. You're going to need some sort of gaffer or something. I get what you're saying, John, and I get it, but it's sad to see Roll probably walk, but I agree. Let's hope it's just rumours and that they all get paid on time. Yeah, but there's nothing that says right now that they're going to. Let's put it that way. There's nothing right now that says they are going to get paid on time unless something changes between now and later, or something changes in between it. So it'll be interesting. There's been so much said, so much done this week. Today was mental. We had players going back to work. We had the situation where the statement came out. Then we had the fixture list, and I've got all that to put on the screen in a moment for you. But 1 to 10, what are your mental health, please? Please let me know. But it's very difficult at the minute to get excited. Normally, I get ready for fixtures. I'm like, right, I'm going to be really intrigued, see what happens and how it goes. Is there any news about new kit for next season? Apparently, new kits are at the club. I just don't know how true it is. That's what I kind of get. All games at this point seem unwinnable. Not looking forward to this season. All there, just no players. Oh, no, it's very bleak. Hi, Punk. How many players have left so far and how many are likely to? We currently have all players that are contracted. That's what we got so far. I got excited when I heard there was a statement for him, but nope, nothing yet. Yeah, the thing is, when I saw club statement, I was like, hey, is this the time? Is it time to get the party poppers out? Is it time to be really happy that he's gone? But no, it was a case of let me talk about what's not happened and go from there. I won't lie, the new training kit looks really good. It's really good to see the training kit. And the thing is, there's going to be so many people who are going to be like, well, don't buy the kits, don't support the regime. You can still buy kit. The kits do nothing for DC bank balance. Generally, it does nothing. If anything, if you buy kit, you're going to be making sure someone gets paid more than anything. Because I got the thing where people are going to be very much having a go at me because I've gone and bought kits or bought the shirts. I'm sorry, I like to buy shirts. It's what I do. I collect them. I have a lot of winter shirts. I'm not going to miss it just because Chansiri's an arse. I could have done that many, many, many years over. Any news on Pato and Akin? They weren't at the pre-season start today, so I don't know if they have got anything like that. What's going to happen there? It gets worse. Then get worse Made then worse. Point deduction. Yeah, point deduction can't come yet. There's a lot that could happen yet. Do we even have any preseason? I believe we have one preseason done at the moment. You shouldn't be punished for supporting your club regardless of the situation. You do you, mate. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm expecting to get a world of abuse for buying shirts. And if you do, you do. That's your decision. Your decision is not to buy it. My decision is to. At the end of the day, what I spend my money on could help Ben sing. Say it's 79 quid a shirt. I don't think it's going to be, but I never know with DC. But say it's a 79 quid shirt. I buy 3. You're looking 250, 260. In my sugar journey, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Bannon turned up for training, so I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark. He's signed a deal. I will take a wild stab in the dark that the deal's been signed and he's here for next season. Because people who are out of contract didn't have to turn up today. Like Akin and Pato didn't turn up today. They were given the chance to turn up. I don't know if anything's going to happen with it, but they had the chance. Yeah, but your shirt, mate, it's your thing. Don't let anyone tell you that. Thank you, mate. Much appreciate it. Are they the only two who didn't? I believe they were the only two. I think there was others that didn't, but I think some of them might still be away. That's what I know. Lots of weird people out there, mate. Take no notice. I saw someone earlier say Danny provoked Chansiri into doing this. Yeah, it's weird. It's like that whole thing. I'm of the opinion, if you've got a problem with what I'm doing, like I get it with the YouTube channel. I get people go, oh, I don't like this. Well, don't watch it. Knocking off my nose. I enjoy doing what I do. I'm not going to go up to someone who enjoys streaming their favorite video game. That's their favorite video game they like streaming. So they do you. I like collecting shirts. I will be buying a shirt and stuff. I'm still going to home games. Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you want to go to home games, you go to home games. There are going to be people who are going to say, oh, you're supporting DC if you go to games. It's like, well, no, you're supporting your team. You can still hate DC, buy merch, and still go support the club. At the end of the day, I understand what people are saying. Buy retro gear, buy this, do this instead. I get it. They're wanting to try and send a statement. I think the statement's already been sent. On that note, we'll get on to it, actually. Well, it was at training today. It was at training today, which is good. I still get even if we're non-league. Yeah, I think a lot of people are, mate. Right, let's go on to this today then. So, what we're going to start with. We'll start with the statement. I think we'll start with statement. I think that's the best thing to do. Where we get 20 points. Exactly. Support threatened. I still go even if we're non-league. I've heard that. Thing is, you could have the shirts as a collector hunter when he's older. No, but if you buy shirts. Yeah, exactly, mate. Right, let's go on to scene C. Let's do this first. So, this. I don't know how clear you can see this. So, this was the statement today. Chansiri said this. He talked about the Florida Consortium and about one member from the UK was declined. The second one was also declined. Now, the bit that's interesting for me is this bit where it would put in 40 million plus and UK pounds and dollars. I spoke about convert it from the UK. Is it getting put in dollars or is it getting put in pounds? And it seems like the first one was in dollars. If it was 40 million plus, you're talking 30 million. It was about 30 million. Then you look at the second one, it was about 50 million. Hi Jake, I hope you're well. I hope we got a preseason game announced out today, but we haven't. We'll have to wait and say yes. You think Chansiri is waiting for a big payment in July because he's not bothered about this? Possibly. Great show as always, Jake. Do you think eventually I think there will be a takeover eventually. I just don't know how quick it'll be and when it'll be. I think time is running out for him. But yeah, I'll take a small amount of good news at the point. Bernard being back in training is a wee piece of good news. It is indeed. You also look that they'd had a lot of stuff. Well done, workout, evening, mate. You've seen that they've had a lot of stuff where they've been in contact. You've had that they're saying that now this is the bit I want to speak about. there's a bit on here where it said, the last thing I want to cause an issue for our people. So I said I was happy to talk with the condition of the deposit of 5 million as a down payment for the club in advance because I was yet to see any proof of funds. So people have taken this last line and gone with, oh, it's 5 million to see me. No, it was 5 million because they hadn't shown any proof of funds. I kind of get this from Chansiri, but I get how it looks as well. The way it looks, it doesn't look good at all. He wanted to see proof of funds, and that's what he didn't get. He didn't get to see proof of funds, and that was a problem. If you're buying any kind of business or any kind of thing like this, you want to see proof of funds. You want to make sure you can see what you're buying and that they got the cash. Granted, coming from DC is a little bit rich. I know, don't shoot the messenger here. I understand that. But at the same time, you want to see some sort of proof of funds that is there. He spoke about how they wanted to go to Thailand. And he said that was fine if the deposit was made in advance. They had all the agreement done. And this is the thing. They had an agreement ready. But it's interesting. I hope you're well. I'm struggling to get my head around it all, like most does all. It's very simple. You get in DC's side, which I won't lie, comes across a little bit of this is what's happened. They've not done the deal. We've heard nothing from the Shaw side. Do not, I repeat, do not see the thing that's on Twitter. It is false. Alex Miller said it's not true. He spoke about I would not normally agree to such proposal without negotiation phase 3, but because I wish not wish to let anyone know, I want to finish it and agreed a price and was agreed. In return, the period would be given. I also said if you cannot pay the full deposit now, 50% of the balance later will be returned in deal if it could not be reached. Fair enough. To be honest, too, I have to say it as a soap opera, very least chance of trying to be He's trying to be transparent. He's trying to. I just don't know how much. It's hard because we've heard so many different things come from DC in the past and everything else. It's hard to see what. Like he spoke about the fan forum as well, which was interesting. And again, you look at it. They had the whole thing with the issue with apparently time zones weren't right. I guess we aren't going to Germany. We might do. You never know. We might do. It all depends on who's manager. At the minute, it's looking like Henrik could be manager. He said, I saw everyone. I didn't think tried to do everything possible to complete a deal, but I think I was left to think this is how the consortium are at this stage. How can they be the right people? It does feel a little bit of a way of going. The consortium wasn't ready, even though they might have been, and the way he come across might have been. Because got to remember, a lot of people have said that DC is stupidly hard to work with. Like, stupidly hard to work with. How many different consortiums are interested now? I know there's a couple. I'm not going to say how many, though, because I'm not going to do that. So had Danny Ward. He's still here at the minute, Langford TV. He's still here at the minute. He's talking about trying to go out. Worker had nobody else at the club cross-checked if he got rid of anything else. You think today with the shit don't get rid of... Oh, yeah, Monday's going to be mental. Luckily, I don't have nobody around on Monday. I have a free house again. So if it does go, shit done, ready, I'm ready. DC has no credibility himself. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to take anything he says seriously because we know what he's like. Surely the considerations would deal with lawyer. I feel DC being economical with the fact. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I can see that. Let's go back to this a minute then. Once mine loads up. There you go. He said he did everything trying to do things right. He said he understands the fans are not happy with him. He understands that he's looking to get things done. But here's the thing for me, right? He said, I've been seriously engaged in looking for investment from new parties and continue to do so quickly. You don't have to say that. I personally think that last bit is a bit of going, look, I am looking at selling. This is the first time where it looks like we got something from DC saying he's leaving in a little bit. It's the first time we've had something where it looks like he's saying he's 100% going. Well, not 100% going, but you know what I mean? It's the sign of it. Also, statement if Chancellor would negotiate the 40 million deal, I'm pretty sure that's 100 million be from Denver Fall. It's not, Tom. Tom, stop talking crap. It's not. I can tell you that for a fact. That's not right with what you said. I think I know stuff and bits that I'm not going to say, but Tom, you're out of that one. Just that the people looking at the stuff that can't get said. I want Danny gone now. I can't back him. He shows last January at Southampton. Yeah, I think a clean break from us all would be right. I think a clean break would be really good for all of us going forward. Generally, I think it would be really good for us to have a lot going forward. I think it's the right thing. If you send me that counter statement, I think I've seen this. Yeah, that counter statement on there. My Sugar Journey. Alex Miller reached out and they said the actual concerto lot seemed like they turned around to Miller and said that's not us. That counter statement isn't the Shaw group by the looks of it. Thing is, this is one thing I will say, right? If this is a serious investment, like we want it to be, my question is, why are things not done ready for it? Why have you not got why can't you show proof of funds? That's the thing. Why can't you show proof of funds? If you're serious about buying the club, why can't they show proof of funds? Surely that's something that will be done. But I don't know if that thing going, they haven't shown proof of funds until they get something off DC to show that they're open to sell. He's open to sell. Because what they said was that both offers were rejected, nothing was agreed. Now you've got DC saying one was agreed, one wasn't. And again, it's that he said, she said, back and forth. If a deal going to get done, a deal is going to get done behind the scenes. I don't think it's something that's going to get played out in the media. I think any deal is going to get done behind it. I'm not sure it's a lean. You could just easily invert it as I'm just looking for investors on the pitch. Maybe. All that good news. I'll get back on the Denver hype train. Yeah, just keep an eye. There's a lot of moving parts at the minute. Wouldn't they need to show fun to the FL? Yeah, they would. They would have to show fun to the FL. This is the thing. The problem is you've got the situation of going with all of this. The he said, she said, he said, she said. And it's such an annoying thing because you're completely stuck in this he said, she said until something's there. Don't know. Ian in that, by the way. How are you, mate? No, we haven't got. The way I see it, when you negotiate, bars need to give from the comment is just him taking. Yeah, Jazz, I feel it could be read to mean he wants to stay with investment from an outside source. We need him gone and the EFL bear with the football ownership in English League. The thing is, if he got to do it in, hopefully the regulation came in, he would fail them. The problem is, even if he got investment, it's a lot of investment he needs. I think it's more investment that someone could do. He does want to sell. By all accounts, it's looking more and more he wants to sell. Why would he even put this out? He could have just turned around and said nothing again. Again, he could have said nothing, but he hasn't helped himself again because it doesn't come across well. It's difficult. It's difficult. This is the problem you've got with it all, and there's a lot that are looking to do and say stuff at the minute. Like again, like the 1867 group have gone, we're asking you no longer fund the clown, no more shirt, no more home ticket, no more pie, pints, or Bovril. Well, here's the thing with that. You don't pay like for the shirt. There's a chance that that's not going to go and get paid for the players and stuff. That kind of thing. Because that might be something that paid the players and paid the staff if you're doing that. We don't know. I get this whole, like, this is how you want it to be. But I don't think you're going to be able to get people not being able to not buy food and stuff. If that makes sense. I think you're going to have so many people struggle with this. It's that whole thing. It's difficult. It's very difficult for people to do this. And I just worry that, again, we're going to have a situation where this splits the fan base again, and you've got them versus us, or us versus them kind of situation. I don't want that. If someone buys something because of their money, do not give them shit. Like, do not give them shit. It's what they want to do. You can have your opinion, and they can still be Chancery out if they do it. 100%. Exactly, right? You just hit the nail on the head. Nail on the head. You are putting local people's jobs at risk. Because that's where a lot of the money's going to go to paying people. I get you want people to get him out. But then are you just slowly adding more problems to it? I mean, I want to buy the new training shirt. Don't want that tax to let anyone else relegated financial boss haven't paid play. Yeah, I don't feel like he's going to be able to do it now. I do think he probably failed the fit and proper person test. I'll be honest with you. So yeah, it's that whole kind of thing. I don't think he'd pass it. Generally, I really don't think he'd pass it. I think he really struggled to get it passed. But I think the situation you've got going forward for Wednesday as a whole is that it can. A lot of people buy shirts off the 8K. They will buy them off the 8K, and I get why people do it. It's cheaper. Some of the quality is good, some of the quality is not. It depends where you get them from. And you kind of got to have the support the team, not the regime. But it's very difficult to do that. I said that from the get-go. This whole, like, support the team, not the regime, a long time ago. And it's been hard for people to do that. It really has. Yeah, no brainer that. Health all the way, mate. Who was at training today, Jake? Who wasn't? Have you heard? Well, we know Akin and Patterson wasn't. Most of the lads were there. There may have been one or two that wasn't. Thought DC stays with investors or sell. What? I thought DC stays on with investors or sells. I don't like. I kind of want a clean break. I want a clean break from him. I think we need a complete break, because even if he gets investors, how much money is he going to? How much say is he going to have? Is he going to be a 75% still debt majority owner? How's he going to be? It's that whole thing for me. It all depends on what you have to do with that. It's that whole scenario, so it's interesting. Matt Hardy, how's Jeff? Sorry, are you still broken? Very well done. Can a fan buy him out like other clubs in Germany where fans own the club? I don't think so, Simon. I generally don't think so. How did you? Is there a snowball chance in head Danny come back? I think Danny gone. I think Danny said at the end of last season when we played Watford, it was very, very clear that Watford he was done. He was going. He was literally going, kind of thing. He was literally going. He already said we were going to be in a relegation battle, and I think he already knew. I can't see him attracting. It's hard to invest it. You can get investors here if you are run properly, but we're not run properly, and that's the problem because anyone who invest would have to see the would have to see stuff, kind of thing. They would have to see things first. They would have to see books. They would have to see what the financial situation, how much are we bringing in, what are we bringing in, how are we playing it in. So it's always that whole thing where you've got to be really careful with it because that could open up a new can of worms. We don't know. I think DC toxic now. Do you think anyone would have him on board? I think people would struggle to have it. I really think people would really struggle to have it. I genuinely do. Just because it's a difficult one that they do. Like, because they see what's happened and he's too toxic. He's too toxic for a brand. He's too toxic for anything like that. Just can't see him letting us go. I think he got no choice. I think he's getting to the point where he has no choice. He got to let us go. I think there's a part of him that really desperately wants to keep the club for whatever reason, but I just don't know. Brutally honest, I don't know. It's very difficult to see it. But you look at the whole thing that happened with everything. You look at the whole Danny situation. You look at what happened at January. You look at how we had a team get in there, but then changed it. I think Chansiri knows he needs to sell, but I don't know if you're going to find that. That's the thing there. I think you're going to really struggle to find that person you want to get in. I think, how do I say this? For him to go, it's going to have to be a little bit of work going on behind the scenes and him working with people and people being able to do stuff, right? And that's the thing. You look at both sides of it. You look at what DC said. You look at what the show lot said in the past in the interview that they did with BBC Radio Sheffield. Something's not lining up. Something's not there. And the thing is, I'll be brutally honest, why would you come out? Why would you come out and say anything if you weren't at a position where things were closer to being done? Surely you would come out when everything's either close to being done or with the EFL. I think some people might have bolted beforehand. I get wanting to say what you want to do with the club. Makes sense. Get that. Give them a roadmap. Go, hey, we're interested party in buying the club. This is what we want to do. We want to do a big 55-seater stadium. We want to invest in this. We want to invest in that. This is what we would do. But until we can have an agreement on asking price and everything else, then great. But say if they did have an agreement on asking price, again, remember this is coming from DC, they wouldn't show proof of funds. Why won't they show proof of funds? Surely you've got to show someone that you've got the capital to buy it. This is what I'm saying. Everything is on a bit of a trust cycle. And the thing is, a lot of people, when dealing with DC, they find it really difficult. They find it very difficult. 78 people watching, 23 get the likes up, people. I much appreciate it. Every little helps. Any news on kits? No, not yet, mate. I have no idea what's going on with kits yet. It'll be interesting to see. All that going on with kits at the moment, it sounds like a lot of people doing that whole don't buy kit, don't do this, support the team, not the regime kind of thing. But who knows? Like, I get why people are wanting it and getting it sorted, but at the same time, people will want to. What are you going to say to your kid who said he wants a kit? No, you're not having it this year. kind of thing. They don't want to get involved with the politics. And the thing is, I do feel if you take away funding, as in kits and stuff like that, where is it going to be? The longer one good thing I can take from the statement that gives me hope is that he's recognised that he can't run the club financially. Yeah, there is a little bit of self-reflection on that statement. New kits, it's a white shirt with blue felt tip, £100. Could make that myself. It just screams a little bit of a how do I say it? It screams a little bit that there's a little bit of maybe there's something happening, right? Maybe there's something happening. Who knows? But these things you have to try and see what happens next. I'll be brutal honest. Let's see what happens next. Not going to be easy. Next season is going to be unbelievably hard to do. Like, generally, it can be so hard to have it. Next season's not going to be fun. Like, let's just be brutally honest. Next season will not be fun. And we just got to go with it and hopefully see how it goes. And talking about next season, let's have a look at the fixture list, shall we? Because they came out today. And also I made a mistake on the fixture list. So bearing a lovely 4-0 defeat start of the season. I'm not even bothered with the fixture. List. Well, Nat, good for you. You can look at it here. So, first game of the season is a 10th of August. The 4:30 kickoff on Sunday. 16th is Stoke, Wrexham, Swansea. So, nice little Wales trips there for us. And then they come to South Yorkshire, Swansea. The usual which is Bristol, Pompey, QPR, Birmingham. Be interested to see how Birmingham do in this. Again, QPR are another team who are doing that whole being linked to do really, really well. Coventry, Charlton, Middlesbrough, Oxford. So it'll be interesting. Only 4. You'll be an optimist. I say 6 or 7-0. Look at that November fixture though. The 22nd, home versus Sheffield United. That will probably be moved as well or changed because that is a Saturday. That's either going to be an early kickoff or they'll move it to like a Friday. You know what they're like for that. Last game of the season is against West Brom in May. It's nice to have a last game of the season at home. Might not be great depending on what the season's like. Also, we get a home game for Hull on the 26th of December. Boxing Day game at home. I mean, that's the first time we've had one in about a decade or something daft, which is fantastic. The Christmas break, for once, it isn't a lot of travelling. It's Hull and Blackburn, 29th, 26th. It's nice to also not have Middlesbrough there. Because how many times have we played Middlesbrough in December around it? It's ridiculous. Then you go to January, you've got cup games to go well. Remember that you had the FA Cup. 2 tough away pitches to start January. And then the rest are home and 1 more away. James Beadle. Yeah, James Beadle is in net for Birmingham next season. He had a shocker in net. England under 21s as well, bless him. February the 21st. Again, we need to look forward to again. Away. Sheffield United, let's see. 4 games in March. And then your, like I said, last away game is Oxford. Last home game is May. Bolton in the cup between Leicester and Stoke too. Yep. I'm not too bad, mate. How are you? Everything's a bit Pete Tong at the minute with everything that's going on, but it is what it is. There's not a lot we can do about it. We have to push on. No one really can we just say congratulations to him reaching the final. Holloway looks elite, even though Liverpool. Well, that's the thing. I think they're going to get rid of him. I think Harvey Elliott probably getting rid of, and I think that could be a joke, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it or you can do about it. Also, Leicester at home in April. What's the potential starting 11 looking like? Don't know yet. We'll put no more Monday, mate. I'll be honest with you. We'll know more Monday. We'll know a lot more on Monday, so we'll find out. I guess paying someone to, capitalize fucking news of each month, give the news of way too much, move way too good. Good grief, yeah. It's a frustration, possibly the worst frustration time in Wednesday history. I'm being honest. Yeah, it's up there. Yeah, it's probably the worst. It's up there. Brighton. That would be an excellent club failure. That would be I genuinely think that would be a fantastic club for them. Genuinely, I think it's a nice one. I don't understand how Danny can have a say on what players stays or leaves in the interest of the club when he got no intention of staying himself. I suspect it may have been done with a group thing with Henrik, but I get what you're saying. I really do get what you're saying. Good evening from Huddersfield. Hello, Ashley. How you doing? I hope you're well. I get what you're saying there, Rach. It's just hard to put something. Put something if it kind of his head's over in tears. I think for me, we all saw what was going on. Would there be if the content doesn't? I don't think though. I don't think there'll be any compo now. I think it'd be like a stacking. Later, John. Have a good one, mate. I hope you're well. I am very tired today. I won't like been a busy day. I've been in town and done some clothes shopping. I have seen the statement that the trust have put out. It's very interesting what they said. We'll read it. We haven't read the trust statement yet. So thank you for reminding me, GD. This with all the players handling notice that we're getting paid, I'm sure this was a possibility a couple of years ago. Yeah. Well, the thing is that we don't know who's been paid and who's not. We've been told some have been paid, some haven't. We don't know which some are they. Are they players who are paid? Who are the players who are not paid? People who've already left. Are they people who are in the squad now? We don't know. Not this season, mate. All depends. All depends on how things. I can only do things how my health is. If my health is bad, I can't do it. So this is what the press release says for Chansiri and the answer to real questions. So, they're finally a statement from DC after deafening silence for the past 2 months. Yet fans are still left without answer regarding the desperate situation at the club. Instead, we present a detailed search justified about how Chansiri feels he have been misrepresented, along with some laughable claims about how he's looking at the club. The questions he should be answering are these: is there any real chance you will sell the club in the immediate future? Do you have any funding in place to complete the season? When will players be paid for May? Will staff and players be paid for June? Will HMRC and the VAT bill be paid? What is happening with Danny Röhl? What is happening with the coaching staff? What is going on with the training ground? On what grounds are you challenging the charges from the EFL? Can you fund the work required by council on the North Stand? Did you personally delay the work on the North Stand past the point of no return this season? And what is happening with the club kit and merchandising deals? We want to send a message directly to Chansiri. You are killing the joy supporting the club. Football clubs of tens of thousands of people. Sometimes today's response to the real question fans are asking, stop blaming us and take responsibility. You are killing the club, not saving it. Just sell the trust. So that's what's been said by the trust. League fan told me the best way to get him to leave in administration, restarting League One. Yeah, it is, but I don't know if he can do he got to afford administration, GFWFC. He can't afford administration. And the thing is, administration works if the debt's in the club name. The debt is not in the club name. All the debt is in DC's name. Unless someone takes it against the club, everything is in DC's name. It's not in the club's. So the first time we had some add-ons onto the contract and still end up ultimately losing Danny. Yep, pretty much. That's a shame. I hope your health gets better. Cheers, mate. It won't do, sadly. It's a brain, as DJ said, it's a brain functional disorder. It doesn't get better. I just gotta live with it. Do you think the summer will just be more statements, or do you think DC it will go quiet until comfort? Depends. I'll be honest. It depends, right? And what I say by depends is this: if he is actually looking at something and a deal, he might not be able to say anything until it's done anyway. Like, generally, he might not be able to say anything until it is done, just because NDAs. So if we got new owner, would it be debt free? I would hope so and think it would be, but I'm not sure. I think it would be. Most people who try and buy clubs try to buy it where there's no debt. But sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So it's that whole thing where you look at it and you go, is there debt? How would it go? I'm not 100% sure with that one, but it is how you look at it kind of thing for me. But yeah, guys, I am probably going to call that there, but I would like you to go and actually raid a good friend of mine, a good friend of the channel, and say that you sent me. If you don't mind, I'd much appreciate it. 2 good friends of mine are currently live on Around the Grounds channel. Dapper, Around the Grounds, and Matt Phone, Jills in the Blood TV are currently live. So please go say PunkChef41 sent you. I'm going to put the link in the channel below. But I'm going to call it there, mate. Have an excellent rest of your evening. Have a good one. I will speak to you soon. And we will see you